What's up, guys? Well, welcome back to my channel. So today, do another gear review, and I'm pretty excited about this one. So I got into mobile hunting this year, and I didn't want to spend a fortune on, or I already knew I was going to spend a fortune on my saddle, so I didn't really want to get too into buying a big fancy platform or anything, any connection or whatever device to get in the stand for my platform option. So I decided to go with a cheap option and go with Silent Approach's Ring of Steps from Bullman Outdoors. So here they are. They are pretty simple. So for people that don't know, they call them a Ring of Steps because it's literally 6 steps. Just these 6 steps and this big heavy duty ratchet and this nylon webbing that loops around the tree, and then you kind of separate the steps when you're getting in the stand. You separate them out with however big the tree is, kind of try to make them equal distance apart, and then you can basically hunt out of them 360 degrees. So they're pretty cool. On their website, they come in, so this is the only way they usually come in on the website, but they come in with 6 steps. They're kind of made of like a hard, I guess like a hard plastic is what I'd call them. I mean, you can kind of see them here. I'll just show the camera. Some like hard, heavy duty plastic of some sort. And then they come with this big heavy duty ratchet, really heavy duty, really nice ratchet. It's got the nice grip here on the thing. Pull it back. And then this webbing, which I think they rate this big heavy duty webbing. They rate it for like 10,000 pounds or something crazy like that. But yeah, so that's what it comes with. You can either get, I went with the larger one. It comes with a 7-foot or 10-foot nylon webbing. I went with the bigger one just to be safe. I kind of wish, to be honest, it's kind of big. It's very rare that I'm ever going to need that big of a webbing because I'll probably never be able to climb a tree that size. But I might actually cut down on the rope. But I went with the bigger one. It wasn't that much more money. Just to be safe when not knowing what I was going to do. And then also, so this, they say on the website, I got it pulled up here. I actually haven't weighed these yet, but they say these things weigh 1.5 pounds. And that was the other reason I went with them, because they're super, super light. And so I'm gonna pull up my fishing scale here, and we're just gonna find out what these things really weigh. So I actually have it right under 2.5 pounds. So it's actually a pound heavier than what they advertise. Now, I don't think the rope would weigh that much, and rope shouldn't give it another pound, but yeah, so they're actually a little heavier, but it's still only 2 pounds. And so, I mean, not that much. I mean, still, most platforms are probably in that 4 to 5 pound range is what I've found. And then obviously, if you're a hang-on guy, you're probably finding your platform is probably at least 10 pounds or more. Probably lightest is 10 pounds. So a lot lighter than any platform or hang-on, which was the other reason I really wanted to go with these. And then the other main reason is, like I said, I was new to mobile hunting this year, new to saddle hunting, and just didn't want to spend a fortune until I knew I was really into it. And these are only $65. I know most people know how much saddle platforms are. I mean, you usually are probably more in the $200 to $300 range for a nice platform, or even at least way over over $100. I think the cheapest ones I've found are right at around $100. So this is still cheaper than even the cheapest platform, and gives you the ability to walk around the tree, which is awesome. Which I can do a video. I'll have to do a video of my setup, my mobile setup, how I climb in with just like maybe one stick and these, just to show you how it works. But it gives you the ability to literally walk around the whole tree, which is awesome. And I actually think for a new saddle hunter, so my buddy actually had a saddle platform, and we shot out and practiced all summer long with these. And for a new saddle hunter, this was actually more comfortable to me than the saddle platform. I don't know why. It just seemed like, it just felt like not as scary walking around the tree with your saddle being attached, walking around, I guess. I don't know if it's just easier, but it just felt more comfortable. I didn't feel like I was going to fall out of the tree because I was just kind of like walking on the steps instead of really leaning. I think it's the leaning thing that you got to get used to out of a saddle with a platform. But with this, you're almost not I mean, you are leaning, but you're not leaning as hard because you actually can keep walking on the side of the tree or all the way around the tree off these. So I know that's kind of weird to say, but that's what I felt. And so I don't know if that's a common thing. If you all use these as your first saddle setup, I'd be curious to hear what you had to say. But I immediately said when I got out them the first time, I was like, wow, I'm like, this is way more comfortable and way less scary than doing the platform the first couple times. So that was a big plus with these. But yeah, like I said, these are super lightweight. They're packable. What I do is I usually just wrap this around and then I'll just loop my whole thing like this. And then I'll just kind of pack them like that in my pack. I just throw them inside my pack or right on the outside of my pack. And then they're pretty just pull them out right when I get to the tree and start unhooking all my all my sticks and getting everything ready to climb the tree. Yeah, so the pros are lightweight, packable, and you can hunt 360 degrees. I know you can out of a platform, but just this makes it a little bit more comfortable, I think, when you're starting out. I'm probably going to go to a platform this year, but just to test it out and see. But we'll see. They're a great option. I'm definitely going to keep them with me all the time. The downside is, as you can hear, this is the only downside. This is the one thing I kind of wish they had rubber on them or something. But when I'm in the stand in the morning, usually when I'm like looping them around the tree, throwing the loop around, it can be they can clang a little bit, make a little noise. So I kind of wish they had maybe a rubber coating on them. But you can be careful with them. I mean, they don't make that much noise. It's like just that hard plastic clinging together. But so it's not like a heavy metal that kind of rings out even more. But that's the one downside I didn't like about them. And the other thing is, the ratchet. So this ratchet, I've only had one issue with one of these. I was making a hunt in early October, and I accidentally kept stepping on this. This almost like can be another step, but I learned real quick why not to use this as a step. So I was accidentally stepping on this because I didn't have my steps set up the right way, and this actually turned into like the perfect position for me to step where I should have had one of my steps. And I stepped on this and like put a lot of weight on it, and it hung out for a while. But then I went hunting the next evening and got in my tree, and I found out this buckle was busted completely. Like I bent this whole mechanism right in the corner there. So one downside is definitely don't use this as a step or as to lean on. I mean, you can probably do it once or twice, but don't make it your step. So that was the only thing is like, if after I found that out, I found out when I was already in the tree, and of course I couldn't use my steps because I couldn't ratchet this shut, so I had to sit on my helium hawk sticks. So that's one other downside, but these were cheap. I bought actually like a pack of them. They're not that much. I think I found them on Home Depot or something and bought them for, I don't know, maybe they're like $10 a pop, or might even be cheaper. But so I have a bunch of extra ones of these heavy duty things, and I just keep them in my truck now in case anything happens. But yeah, so that's really the only downside that I really hated is the plastic, and then this just kind of like ratcheted on. But for beginner, I think they're a great option, and I'm really happy with them. I liked them this year. I think the one thing about these, with any saddle setup and platform, practice. I could have used more practice out of these. I think I had a couple issues in the stand where I like slipped when deer were coming in and things of that nature, but it's all a learning experience. But I highly suggest practicing a lot out of these just to know how to set them up, practice how you would set them up, how you would take them down, and then also just practice walking around the tree, shooting all the different angles with them. Just so you're set when you get there, to your stand location, your tree, know how to operate off the steps. That'd be my only biggest thing. But otherwise, I really like them. Great cheap option. I think they're the way, like I said, it's only 60-something bucks. It's really cheap, like super cheap. So anybody could really buy these if you're really going to get into it. And they're really packable. So highly recommend. Let me know if you have any questions on them. I'm going to be still practicing and hunting out of them probably the next couple month or so here. I'll have a trip to Alabama I'm going on, so I'm going to bring them with me. And but yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, let me know, or give me your thoughts if you have any thoughts on them. But like I said, I've been really happy with them and think they're a great cheap option. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more.